Hello, today I'd like to make like this little graduation gift card holder card. I originally saw a lot of them on on YouTube, and I kind of took May made its version, sort of, kind of, except I made my own, like the roses and this kind of stuff. She did hers a little bit different, but everything else is basically her kind of design. But there are a lot of these out there, this fold type card. So I'll give a lot of people credit. I don't know their names, but it's not my idea to do this version of the card. But anyway, this is how it opens. And you put your money or your gift card right in here. And this is normally sealed. Like right here, I have tape on this. And you would seal that down before you would give it to the graduate. So I haven't got it sealed right now because that is just a fake gift card, and I'm going to put a real one in there for my granddaughter who graduates May 31st. So let's get started, and I'll tell you what you need to make this card, which does not stand up. Oh, and also it is quite large. It is like over 6 inches, just barely 6 inches wide, and almost 8 inches tall. So if you want to just give it like this, that'd be fine too. Or you can literally make an envelope for it. I have this envelope here. I haven't sealed it together yet, but this is just Whisper White cardstock. And I cut it down to 11 by 11, and I used the envelope punch board. So it's real easy to make, and then you could literally decorate your envelope, and this fits in it perfectly. You can see that fits here to here and there to there. So an 11 by 11 piece of either designer series paper or cardstock, and you could have an envelope if you wanted one. So there's another idea for you. Okay, so let's get started, and I'll tell you what you need. I'll leave my card in the front here. All right, so you will need 4 1/4 by 11 piece of cardstock, and this is Whisper White. You'll need to score it at 1 1/2 and 7, and this is going to be folded up, and this will be folded down like so. Then you will need another piece of Whisper White, and this measures 3 3/4 by, no, sorry, 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. And it is scored at 1/2 an inch on one side, like so. And then you will need a piece of whatever color the cap is to go with your graduate's colors. So I'm using red, and this is cherry cobbler. I like the darker red rather than the real red. So I'm going with cherry cobbler. All right, to tell you the truth, the reason I'm going with cherry cobbler is because I had cherry cobbler twine. I didn't have the real red twine. So there's my real reason. And I'm using the white also because their tassel is red and white. So you will need some twine as well. And I'm using about 30 inches of each color. So if you are going to just make a one color tassel, you will need about 60 inches of twine. So that's that. Then you will need, well, that's my twine. I already have that cut. I made this. It's just a piece of cardboard, chipboard, and it is 1 1/2 inches wide by 2 3/4 inches. Oops, that way. And I cut a little slit in here. It's about 3/8 of an inch down. It doesn't have to be exact. It doesn't matter. It's just that's how big this is going to be. This portion right here. So I can do this right now. Let's do this. I'm going to take the white, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a tail. Oh, I hope this one don't rip. You can make so many of these. I have so much cardboard, it's not funny. And I'm going to wrap it around here and leave that one tail up here, because that's going to go on our through our hat. Now the next one I'm going to start down here, about even there. Oh, I should have taped that up there. All right, there's a reason for it, but yeah, all right. So now we just wrap it around and wrap it around till we run out. All right. Now I bring this across. Oh, I need to make another one. I can see I bent it right there. Bring it across like so. So these two pieces are going down and this is coming up. So bring this across like so. And you have your tail up there. Oops, I should have left it red. You could see it better. And then I'm going to take a little piece of red to tie it off. So I'm going to snip this about there. And what I do is, because I'm not very good at threading things through, these are my flossers for a bridge. So it's like, you know, you put your floss through it and pull it through your bridge to floss your teeth. But it makes a brilliant needle for ribbon or this kind of stuff to pull through small holes. So I'm going to poke it through this area here and pull it through. I only want one end of it. There we go. I'm going to put that back there. So you got one end here and the other end you're going to bring right here. I'm going to tie this off. Where's my tail? You stay up there. You go down. I should have taped it. And then it wouldn't be in my way. All right. So anyways, where'd I put it? Oh, I got to do it again. See if I can thread it through without it. All right. In order to do this, I'm not fussing with it anymore. I'm going to tape it down. That way I'm not worried about it moving. Where are we? If I can find the end of my washi tape. I might need to use regular tape. Give me the regular tape. There. I'm having a good time, ain't I? Right, so we'll put a piece of tape right here, just to hold that in place. So we have this up here. Now pull you back over there. I don't know what I did with my string. There you are. Thread it again. Let's try threading you again. Thread it through my little needle holder. There. Just pull it through one side is all you need. There we go. So I got it through there. Then we're just going to slide it in this little gap that I left here. Like so. Not with that piece. There. And then we're going to just tie this. I'm making it look so difficult and it is very, very easy. It's because I have a bend in my cardboard and I didn't tape it down. So yes, let's just tie that off right like so. And you can leave these dangling. It will just add to your tassel and we'll even it up in a minute. So now we just slide this all the way off. And then I'm going to throw this one away and I will make a new one the next time. Rip it off the back with your tape. So now we have our little tassel and our string like so. And I'm going to probably make it about this length. That way it's all even. So there's our tassel. Okay. It isn't difficult. I just made it look difficult. Sorry about that. It's very easy. Okay, so let's start our embossing. And I want to show you how you can color emboss without having to buy a whole bunch of different color embossing powders. You don't need to, but you can emboss any Stampin' Up color or any color that you have. You can emboss it that color. So I'm going to start, and we are using, my Stamparatus makes it very easy. So I forgot we have all this stuff too. All right, so we have the Stamparatus. And on here we have the one hinged plate and then the second hinged plate. And I have them set up. You literally have 4 sides you can use, but I'm only using the 2 right now. So we'll start with the little one. And I have a little mark on my paper here, and I'm going to line that up there and straight on this line. And I'm going to stick my magnet on here because we're going to stamp about right there. And what we're going to do is stamp. Well, first we need to obviously use our embossing buddy always. This is your buddy. So you want to brush that on there, and I'll put it there to remind me to use it on that one. And then we'll take our Versamark, and we're going to ink up our little, I have To the Graduate on this plate right here. And I got this from, I will tell you in just a sec. I forgot to tell you what I got that from, didn't I? It's the hand-delivered stamp set, like for birthdays and different things. So I'm using To the Graduate. It was a hostess set. Like if you had a party or something like this would be your gift. So, and it was a beautiful set with lots of sayings in it. So I'm using To the Graduate for where the gift card is going to go. And what I do here too is I just push down a little bit with a cloth. It's easier to use something soft on my hands rather than trying to use the plate. And then pick that up. And then I'm going to do the same. No, I'm not. I'm going to do it in red now. What I'm going to use is this little ink spot, a cherry cobbler. And on here I have used for coloring embossing. So I'm going to stamp this on top of this one that we had just put the Versamark on. Now, if you don't have something, you could clean off your stamp. And sometimes I would just use like a water wipe. These are 99.9% water and one little dot of fruit extract, one little percentage. All right, we're going to put that down, and I'm going to rub again. And that should be on there. Nope, it's not. Make sure it's down. Good thing about this is you can, redo it again and again till you get the desired color. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take a little tray. We are going to take our paper, and then we're going to just put some clear embossing powder on here. Cover that up. And then just shake this off. Like so, right? And we're going to put this up here for right now until we actually stamp the card. So now we'll take our card, and this I had set up way at the very bottom and on the same line now. And we're going to use our embossing buddy. I'm going to stamp at the bottom. And I'm going to, I can lay that down. I'm going to stamp right down here. So we're going to ink it up with our Versamark. Make sure it's down in there. And stamp. Rub your little thing over. You can use something soft if you like a towel or paper towel or something. Now again, I'm going to ink up with my little ink spot. Or if you have like an old pad, you can use an old stamping pad, because now these are the old ones. They have new ones now. But an ink spot works perfect with the Stamparatus. And I have actually 2 cherry cobbler ink spots. So I'm going to ink that up. This one I don't have anything written on, so I can use that for regular. And this is one that I've got my embossing written on. So I think we're done with that for right this second. I'm going to stamp it exactly over where we had the embossing Versamark. Make sure it's on there good. Looks good to me. So now we'll take off our magnet. And I think we're done with the Stamparatus. So now we can do this one and put some powder on here too. Whatever powder is left in this container, I just dump back in. There we go. So we'll dry that up in a second as well. But in the meantime, I also wanted to show you the roses and tell you a story. How did I get all this red? What's that from? I don't know. My nails. That's what it is. Jeez. First, I used cherry cobbler because that was the color I was using. And I wanted, well, here was the other stamp set I used for the congratulations. And then I used the I'm So Proud of You from Climbing Roses. But I also used the die from this to cut out these roses. So, sorry, I had to use 3 sets to get all the sayings I wanted. So anyways, I used cherry cobbler. And then I inked it up with the Versamark. And then I put the clear powder on. And I didn't like it. It came out almost black. Can you see that? Compared to that, right, it came out really dark compared to the cherry cobbler cardstock. So I thought, well, I'll try it on white. So I did the regular Whisper White. I inked it up with the Versamark. I inked it up with cherry cobbler and dumped it into the clear embossing powder, and I liked it. It came out like variegated. It came out like dark red and pink and white, and I thought, oh, how pretty is that? So that's what we're doing for our roses. So my mistake turned out to be pretty well. Well, it wasn't a mistake, I just didn't like it. So anyway, so we'll set them aside. I'll use them for something else that I will use something dark on. But let me show you how I did the roses. I do need a little piece of scrap. Even though, no, I'll do it on here. No, I don't want to get Versamark on that because it'll be sticky. So I took it and I'm going to do, I've got one here, but I'll do, yeah, I just need one. So I've got this one we can use. So it's the same thing. You just take your Versamark and I just dumped it on there like so. Made sure I had plenty on it. And then take your ink and just ink in places. Right? That will be perfect. And then take your tweezers, unless you want to get all red ink, which it won't matter because I'm getting red dye anywhere from my nail polish. And pick it up. Oh, come on. And I'm going to dump it in here. And just like push it down. So that will be good. And then we can pick it back up. And it'll be covered. So now I'm going to run my heat gun just for a second to try and heat it up. So you might hear quite a bit of noise for a minute. Just make sure it's warm. And then you can start melting it melts rather quickly. I don't know if you can see it. I can. It's like a really cute variegated design. I think we're all shiny now. Looks good to me. There's our rose. So now I'm going to do this. But to the graduate, we have a cherry cobbler. And then the congratulations. I'm so proud of you. Perfect. So there you go. Now we have our red. So normally, like, you can buy silver, gold, black, white, normal colors from Stampin' Up. And they had the in colors a couple of years ago for the bright colors that we have as the in colors until next year. But any color. If you want to do a pink, blushing bride or petal pink, you can make any color into an embossed glossy look. So let's start on our card. All right, so what I did was I used tearing tape, which I'm going to use again. And I put it on the side here, like so. And on this side too. So when you're ready to put your money or your gift card inside the card for the recipient, then you can tear these off. Take those off. Right. Now this one, I'm actually probably going to use liquid glue. You're not going to see that. No worries about my nail polish getting on things. I forgot and I did my nails. And it's gel nail polish and I didn't let it dry long enough, I guess. So I'm going to stick a little bit of liquid glue on here. I'm going to hold it down. And we're going to stick this about 1/2 inch from the top, 1/2 inch from this side, and this side. So just hold it down to let it, stick a little bit. And that's going to go under there. We'll let that dry for now, and we'll work on our cap. All right, to get the cap, what I did was I took, and if you want to mark it, you can, like this line, come down, and make sure you're on the same line. I don't need to go further. Right. So I'm going to put my point here and my point there. I want to find the center of my diamond square. I'm going to just put a little light mark here. Then I'm going to turn it to the next corner up. Line it up with that one and line it up there too. Bring my ruler in. Again, and make an X right here. So X marks the spot. Right on. I'm going to take my pokey tool, which I don't know where I put it now. There you are. And we're going to poke a hole right into the center of this cardstock. Run it through the other side, sort of flatten it out there too. Right? And this is going to be the back with the X's. You're not going to see it. It's going to be glued on your card. So when we take our card, which this should be dry now, this is going to go down like so. And this is going to actually literally cover that whole top 1.5 inch area. You're going to line it up so it's even on both sides. And it covers that whole 1.5 inch area for your cap, right? So I have my, let's put that in there still. Hold it down, it's not quite dry. Now for the cap, we take our little threader again, thread it in the hole, and we poke it through. There we go. Get in there. There. So now it's through to the back. It's up to you. If you want it off the edge, you can have it off the edge, or you can have it on. I'm going to bring it in. I don't want it all the way off the edge. Yeah, actually I do. I want it off the edge. We'll make it like that. All right, so flip it over. And we'll put a piece of tape on that to hold it in place. Just a little bit of tape right here. And then we're going to snip off the tail. That little piece there. Now what I'm going to do as well is, because we don't want it on our card like so, like we're going to put this down like that. So if we put this on there, that is going to hang straight down. So you don't want it like that. We want it to like go on the edge. Oh, I should have stuck it in a little bit more, because you'll see my glue dot. Yeah, guess what? We have to pull it up a little bit more. Bring you up just a tad more there. Now, right. Oh, it came loose. Funny. Anyways, pretend I have a tassel on here, please, right? Like so. You want to put a little glue dot behind it to hold it. Let me see if I can fix my tassel. Good night. I can't believe this. Where'd I put it? There you are. What I can do to rescue my tassel is just tie a piece of string around there. And we'll leave that up long. We can fix things, right? So there we go. There. Like so. And we'll tie a little knot in this. More fingers and thumbs. Fingers and thumbs. Oh yeah. There we go. I can't believe I went through all this trouble for a tassel. What? Really? The last two cards I did, they were so easy. Third time is not a charm for me today. Right? Tuck it in. Tie knot. There we go. Now we have that. We can poke in the hole. We're going to cut that off. Maybe I just didn't tie the knot good enough and it just come loose. So we're going to take this one off. I'm going to poke this one through now. Try anyway. Okay, here we go again. Let's see if we can poke it through first. Alright, now put our little stringy in there. Right. Well, I'm not going to be able to go all the way to the edge with this one because my string is too short. So anyways, we'll pull it there. Piece of tape. Just a little tiny piece. You don't need a lot. We'll stick it on there. Just to hold that in place for now. It's going to be covered. Now I can get a glue dot, right? This is where I left off before. Right. So I'm going to stick it on the back of my little tassel. You can buy tassels pre-made too. Oh, good night. And I'm going to stick it there. So it's sort of hanging off to the side, like so, right? Oh, I can't believe I'm making such errors. Anyway, right. So I'm going to take a glue dot and put it on a little piece of cardstock here. And we're going to put like a gift card on here, like that. Right? So it's not coming below here. Now what you can do is you could take this tear and tape off, and I'm going to do it on this one. Come on. Right. This one. Two. And then we're going to bring this up. There. And press it down good. And then we're going to take our little roses. So, there we go. And what I did for these, it's if you have the sheets of adhesive, it'd be really cool to put that on and then cut it out with your Big Shot. But I'm going to use my mat, my silicone mat, and some two-way glue. Just to stick some glue on these on the opposite sides. So I'm just going to dab some glue here, there, and everywhere. And I'm going to stick this over on this side, like so. Give it a second to stick. And do the same thing with this one. Rub some glue on it. And it rubs right off your silicone mat. Or you can use a piece of this tape and it pulls it right off of the silicone mat as well. Brilliant, brilliant things, those silicone mats. Right, hold your roses down. Okay, so now we're ready to put our cap on. We're going to push our gift card down into, well, I was going to. Right, there we go. And then we're going to put our cap in the center like so. Or do I want it that way? No, I want it that way. I should have done it that way. Well, it's okay. I'm going to put you there. That'll work. I'm going to take liquid glue. I'm not going to use the two-way glue. Just going to put some glue up here. And stick it over. Keep your V in the center, your point in the center. If you flip it over, it should be about even. Using liquid glue gives you time to move it, so just push it down on there. And there is your card. And like I said, you can make an envelope for it. Hold it down for a few more seconds. You know what, I forgot. You can use a button. Where am I? I wonder if I can take it off right now. Yeah, stick this little brad through. Forgot my brad. You need a little brad just to give it that little decoration. There we go. That's why I have no nails, no nail polish. Keep dragging it all off. Oh, okay, yeah. More glue. Do it that way this time. Lots on that. You're not coming off. Okay, center. Push. Double check it in the back. And I think we're about good. There, and it's even on both sides. So